You've tried the same haircut for years, and somehow you still feel like something's missing. Like your reflection doesn't quite match the woman you feel like inside. Let's fix that together, because your natural elegance deserves so much better than safe. I research worst style and beauty mistakes and youth-boosting fixes for mature women so you get simple, proven transformations that work instantly. Today we're perfecting 5 rejuvenating haircuts to look 10 years younger, rich, and elegant at 60 plus. And by part 3, you'll want to pause and look in the mirror. I mean it. We're covering 5 completely different cuts, each one built for a different hair type and face shape. And the very first one? It's the cut colorists quietly wish every client over 60 would ask for. Let's go. 1. The layered lob. You spent 20 minutes on your hair this morning, and by 10 a.m. it already looked flat and forgettable. That's not your hair failing you. That's your length working against you. Here's the truth almost nobody tells you. Hair past the shoulders without internal layering pulls your whole face down. It adds visual weight exactly where you don't need it, right along your jawline. The layered lob fixes this by removing weight from the interior while keeping length intact. Fix 1 is simple. Ask for face framing layers that start at the cheekbone, not the chin. That single change lifts everything above it. Fix 2, and honestly, this one surprised even me. Request a slightly angled cut, longer in front, shorter in back. It creates movement that a blunt cut never will. Fix 3 is about texture. If your hair is fine, ask your stylist for point cutting at the ends instead of blunt cutting. It softens the line and adds the illusion of density. Fix 4, don't skip this. A lob needs a diagonal part, not a center part. Center parts on mature faces can emphasize symmetry issues we don't need highlighted. And fix 5, the one most women forget. Ask for slight graduation at the nape. It keeps the back from looking heavy while the front stays soft. Yes, that's simple. If you're still wearing hair one length past your collarbone with no shape at all, swap it for a lob with cheekbone grazing layers. The difference is immediate. If you're parting dead center out of habit, swap it for a soft diagonal part instead. Maintenance is easy here. A light texturizing spray at the roots before you dry keeps the lift without extra product weight. This one cut, done right, is the reason a friend of mine stopped mid-sentence at lunch and asked what she changed. That's the kind of attention we're going for. There is one more thing about this cut that most stylists never mention. It works on straight, wavy, and curly textures without changing the core shape at all. You needed to hear this because the next cut on this list solves an entirely different problem: thinning at the crown. 2. The volumizing pixie crop. Have you ever wondered why your crown looks thinner in photos than it does in the mirror? It's not lighting. It's not your imagination. As hair matures, density naturally shifts, and most cuts simply ignore that shift. The volumizing pixie crop is built specifically around it, using shorter layers at the crown to create lift exactly where density has thinned. Fix 1. Request textured, choppy layers at the very top rather than smooth, combed-down layers. Texture reads as thickness, smoothness reads as thin. Fix 2 is about the sides. Keep them slightly longer than the crown, tapering gently toward the ear, so the whole shape doesn't read as severe. Fix 3. And this one matters more than people realize. Ask for a side-swept fringe instead of a blunt one. A blunt fringe on a pixie can look harsh against mature bone structure, while a swept fringe softens it beautifully. This one is everything. Fix 4. Request matte, not shiny, styling product at the crown specifically. Shine flattens texture visually. Matte finish makes those choppy layers pop. Fix 5, the most overlooked. Ask your colorist to add subtle lowlights underneath the crown layers. It creates dimensional shadow that tricks the eye into seeing more volume. If you're still combing your pixie flat and smooth every morning, swap that for scrunching in a texturizing paste while damp instead. The lift lasts all day. If you've been asking for an even, all-over length, swap it for deliberately shorter layers at the crown only. Maintenance here is minimal, which is honestly the appeal. A monthly trim keeps the shape crisp since pixies grow out faster than longer styles. Here's what nobody tells you about this cut. It takes your colorist exactly 4 minutes to add those lowlights. 4 minutes, and your crown reads completely different on camera. There's a reason this next cut is the one I get asked about more than any other in my comments, and it might surprise you why. 3. The soft shag with curtain bangs. This is the one I mentioned earlier, the one that made me want you to pause and actually look. Here's why. You've probably been told shaggy layers are only for younger women, and that curtain bangs require perfectly even hair. Neither of those things is true, and honestly, that misinformation has kept so many gorgeous women stuck in stiff, structured cuts for far too long. The key insight is this. The soft shag actually works better on mature hair precisely because of natural texture changes over time. Wave and slight frizz, which most women fight, is exactly what this cut is designed to use. Fix 1. Ask for long, feathered layers throughout, not just at the ends. This is what creates the effortless movement the shag is known for. Fix 2. Don't rush past this. Curtain bangs should hit right at the brow bone, parted down the middle and swept to each side. This opens the entire eye area instantly. Fix 3 is about length variation. Uneven, almost imperfect layer lengths actually read as more polished on this cut than perfectly even ones do. Fix 4. Request a slightly undone finish from your stylist rather than a sleek blowout. This cut photographs and moves best with soft texture. And fix 5. The quiet secret here. Ask for the layers to start higher near the crown than most stylists default to. It creates the shag's signature lived-in volume. Honestly, this is the one I wish every mature woman tried at least once before deciding it wasn't for her. If you're still growing out a stiff, structured bob hoping it'll magically become softer, swap that patience for requesting feathered layers at your very next appointment. If your bangs currently sit heavy and blunt across your forehead, swap them for face-framing curtain bangs instead. Maintenance tip. A light sea salt spray on damp hair before air drying enhances the shag's natural texture without any heat tool required. That soft, undone movement is what makes strangers look twice. Yes, actual strangers. But if your hair has gone fully or mostly silver, the next cut is the one you've genuinely been waiting for. 4. The silver shag undercut. This one is going to make your stylist raise an eyebrow, and that's exactly how you'll know it's working. Most women with silver or gray hair are told to keep things simple, safe, conservative. That advice isn't protecting you. It's quietly making you look older than the woman standing right in front of the mirror. Here's the surprising part. Silver hair actually has more visual dimension potential than pigmented hair, because light reflects differently off gray strands. The silver shag undercut is built to take advantage of exactly that. Fix 1. Request a subtly shaved or closely tapered undercut just at the nape, hidden beneath the top layers. It's barely visible day to day but adds edge and lift. Fix 2. And this surprises people every time. Ask for the shag layers to be cut slightly shorter than usual on silver hair specifically. Silver strands hold shape differently than pigmented ones. Fix 3. Request a gloss treatment rather than a toner. Gloss adds shine that makes silver look luminous instead of flat or dull. Fix 4 is about the crown again. Root lifting mousse applied only at the crown, never through the ends, keeps this cut from ever looking heavy. Fix 5, the one I saved for last on purpose. Ask for asymmetric length at the front pieces. It breaks up any harshness and adds a modern, intentional edge. This one is everything. If you've been using purple shampoo religiously and still seeing dullness, swap it for a blue-based shampoo instead, since blue neutralizes the orange tones purple often misses. If you've been avoiding shorter layers out of habit, swap that hesitation for trying the tapered nape just once. Maintenance here means a gloss refresh every 4 to 6 weeks to keep the silver luminous rather than yellowed or flat. That edge, hiding just beneath the surface, is the whole point. Nobody expects it until they see it. And the final cut on this list might be the most versatile one yet, because it works no matter what your hair is doing right now. 5. The textured tapered crop. This is it. The one that works whether your hair is fine, thick, curly, or straight, and I saved it for last on purpose. You know that fear of committing to a shortcut because what if it doesn't work for your texture? That fear has kept so many women stuck in styles that stopped serving them years ago. Here's the insight that changes everything. The tapered crop isn't one fixed shape, it's a framework that adjusts to whatever your natural texture is already doing, which is exactly why it works on nearly everyone. Fix 1. Ask for the taper to follow your natural hairline instead of a straight geometric line. This looks intentional rather than severe. Fix 2. Don't skip this one. Request longer pieces at the very top that you can style forward, back, or to the side depending on your mood that day. Fix 3 is about your ears. A crop that clears the ear slightly draws attention up toward your eyes and cheekbones instead of down. Fix 4. Ask for soft texturizing throughout rather than a uniform buzzed feel. Texture is what keeps this cut looking elegant instead of severe. And fix 5, the one that ties it all together. Request a slightly longer nape than a typical crop. It keeps femininity in a cut that could otherwise feel too stark. You needed to hear this. If you've been avoiding short hair entirely out of fear it will look harsh, swap that fear for asking specifically for soft texturizing at your consultation. If you've had a crop before that felt too severe, swap a straight geometric taper for one that follows your natural hairline instead. Maintenance is refreshingly simple. A trim every 4 weeks keeps the shape sharp since shorter cuts grow out faster and lose definition quickly. This is the cut that made one of my viewers message me saying strangers started complimenting her hair for the first time in over a decade. 5 cuts. 5 completely different ways to look like the most vibrant version of yourself. And every single one starts with one honest conversation at your next appointment. You just learned 5 completely different haircuts that most women spend years discovering on their own through trial, error, and one too many bad salon visits. Boom, your bone structure was always this stunning. Now it finally has a haircut that shows it. Tell me in the comments, which of these 5 cuts are you booking first? Next time, we're tackling the one clothing mistake that's quietly adding 10 years to your silhouette. Like this video, subscribe to Timeless Wisdom Path, and I'll see you in the next one.